Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. We provide world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. I am your host today, Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and I'm thrilled to be here with my dear friend who is the star of our show, Mr. Roland Friedl. Our show today is It's Your Healthy Lifestyle, and we're going to be talking about It's in Your Hands, the power of supplementation. Roland has been traveling the world, and he always makes time for us when he can. So when he is traveling and there's Wi-Fi, he says, I'm there for you. So he's going to empower us with his knowledge about supplementation. Let's welcome him to the show. Hello, Roland. How are you?
Hello, Dr. JACALYN. Hello to our audience. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us. Hello. You look amazing, by the way, Dr. JACALYN.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. You look great yourself, and I'm always so happy to see you. And of course, you know, you are always a good looker, and women are always commenting on the shows. They're happy to see you as well. So what is your secret that you're always looking so glowing and so refreshed? What are you doing? Because you're driving, which can be stressful. There are places where you can't connect and you're always meeting new people. So what is it that you're doing on a daily basis to keep yourself looking so great?
Thank you. I've become 60 this year. Well, I guess there are some pillars, actually some pillars. There's not really some rocket science or some miracles. I get enough rest, sleep. I relax. I try to avoid stress or negative stress, meaning I don't do things I don't like to do. So I try to implement into my life, work, jobs, whatever I do that fit to my lifestyle. That's one thing. I guess my nutrition is base absolutely of my health. So I guess 85% of my nutrition is really pure and clean. Yeah, I work out on a daily basis, not many hours, but on a daily basis, a little bit. I do a lot of stretching. I was lifting weights. Now I'm working with my body weight because I'm on the road all the time, so I'm not going to gyms anymore. I walk my dog. I'm in nature. I'm in sun. And I guess I don't smoke. I don't drink very, very few alcohol in very few occasions. I don't take any drugs, any pharmaceuticals. I supplement with one of the topics today. And I guess I'm trying. Sometimes, you know, I fail also. I get a little bit disappointed by the people, but I try to surround myself with positive people. I guess that's more or less. Yeah, I don't watch any news or negative, let's say negative news on a normal mainstream media network. That's what I don't do. Yeah.
Lots of great points that you shared there. Thank you. And Roland, I'm going to give you a little insight on something that I realize I've been doing for the last few weeks. I'm using this return on happiness measurement versus return on unhappiness. So every decision I make, and I'll give an example about, I walked by a pickleball court and I've played a few times. My whole family plays, and I thought maybe I should get back into it again. I thought, what would be the positives? Well, meeting people, socializing, being out in the sun. So what's my level of joy from that? On a scale of 1 to 10, it would be a 2. And so on the other side, what's the downside? I could get hurt. That's a realistic thing. So that's out. It doesn't match up. So that's something that I'm doing that makes things really easy. I'm using sort of analytical side of my brain as opposed to the emotional side.
Absolutely. Happiness is very important. And by the way, for our audience, after this show, we do another show and we talk about the happiness circle. We talk about
That's
exactly
right.
this thing. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
fantastic. And I just interviewed someone who wrote a book about finding happiness in all aspects of your life, which to some people could seem to be really not even possible or probable, but we'll wait until next show to talk about that. So today we're
Yeah.
talking about it's in your hands, the power of supplementation. First of all, what is supplementation for people who don't know what we're talking about?
Supplementation in general is bridging the gap what you should do or should eat or should drink and you actually are eating, drinking, or doing. I give you an example. Everybody knows sports supplementation. Our body is not designed to sit the whole day. So actually, when we talk about the lifespan of the human being, actually the last seconds we're just sitting. Yeah. All the other time, hundreds of thousands of years, we have been walking around, running around, or let's say jogging a little bit, so slowly running. So we moved on average to 8 to 12 miles a day. So our body is not designed to sit all around. And most of us are working in the service industry, in an office or something like that. So supplementation in this case means you're going to a gym. So you supplement your daily workout because you're sitting in the office. So you go to a gym, you go swimming, you do yoga, you run, whatever you're doing. This is supplementing and on the movement. Supplementing when you on your balance, or meaning when you stress, maybe you do brief exercising, doing yoga, meditation. This is supplementing because your life is too stressful. So you supplement the relaxation part, or you go to a spa or something like that. And in nutrition, supplementing means bridging the gap between what you should eat on a daily basis and what you're actually eating because you're stressed, you're in the work, maybe you don't get the ingredients, you don't get the food, you don't have the time, and so on and so on. So supplementing is bridging the gap between the thing that should be and it actually is. That's supplementing. It's sport
Thank you
is
for that.
supplementing, and taking supplements and food. Yeah, that's general supplementing.
Now, Roland, what about on the other side where when people are not feeling fulfilled and they supplement unhealthy alternatives to their life? So that could be junk food. I was just reading today that some other study was conducted, and I know how we feel about studies, who did it, and how do we know it's valid, et cetera. But one of the worst things allegedly you can put into your body are the sugary sodas.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, in general, the supplement can go in the wrong way. When you supplement your emotions, meaning when you don't feel good, when you feel sad, when you're angry, when you don't get acknowledged, when you don't feel seen, stuff like that. Maybe you will supplement this by drugs, taking alcohol, or eating too much, or looking bored, or working out too much, or actually working too much in general. This is also a supplement for not want to feel what you're really feeling. Yeah, so you're escaping from it. It's also supplementation, but in the wrong way. But when you talk about sugar, yeah, actually I see, especially in sports, that too many people are doing a little bit of sports and then they drink sweetened, I don't know what, power drinks or whatever. This is not really helpful. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think I mentioned to you, my mother drank a lot of soda. And sometimes I feel like that had to have some impact on her getting dementia. And I know you're familiar with dementia also. My mom also loved her sugar. Like most of her diet was sugar. So there are a lot of negative side effects that can come from that. It might not be immediate, it could be more long term. But today we're talking about something positive. So you and I are both distributors for an incredible product. And I want to turn it over to you to just tee up what we're talking about today when it comes to top of the line Juice Plus supplementation.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I got introduced to Juice Plus, or to supplementing, actually in June 1994. Can you imagine? 30 years ago. I'm taking this product in 30 years. I've been taking more than 30 years right now. 30 years and almost a month. So the reason why I was never supplementing when I was young, because I did a lot of sports and I didn't believe in this pharmaceutical and this artificial stuff. I didn't like it at all. I didn't feel good with this stuff, so I didn't supplement it. I remember when I was running marathon, most of my bodies took some products. I never did. I was drinking a lot of water, but I didn't never supplement when I was running because I didn't feel. I tried it and I didn't feel good in my stomach. And in 1994, I got introduced to a product, Choose Plus. And the reason why I started taking it is because I understood that it's a natural one. And it's a whole-based food, because I was always interested, as I said in the beginning, for me, is clean, pure food, meaning non-processed food is for me so important. And I know the benefits of all this. So I got introduced to Schussbus and I said, okay, let's take it. And because it's a whole food supplement. It's not artificial, it's natural. And when you look at the natural one, it's not a few components of a fruit or a veggie or of a berry or of a herb, whatever. No, it's the whole fruit, it's the whole herbs, it's the whole berries, and so on. And that's why I started Schussbus, because I understood, because my taking impact on fruits, vegetables, and berries is very healthy for the body. But I had stomach problems because I couldn't digest very well fruits and vegetables. I loved them. I still love them. I love the taste, but I had problems to digest them. So for me, it was an amazing opportunity to get all the benefits of fruits, vegetables, and berries without my digestion problems. So I started taking Choose Plus in June 1994. It's whole-based food. That's what it is. Whole-based food.
Thank you so much. And I started in January of last year, so it's almost a year and a half for me. It is amazing how fast time goes by. So you mentioned that prior to you taking Juice Plus, you were getting some fever blisters and you don't have them anymore. And you are really healthy. I mean, you rarely go and see a doctor. Do you attribute it to your healthy lifestyle?
Absolutely. I strongly believe in that my body knows exactly what he needs, as long as I listen to it. And secondly, I also know that my body can heal himself or itself. Sorry, itself. Well, when I break a bone, when I have an accident, I need some help. But otherwise, I know exactly what my body needs. So I listen to my body since my young ages. I remember when I was a kid and I had a little bit kind of flu because some guys in the school had a flu. So I get infected a little bit. I just stood in bed and I started fasting by myself. I don't know, I was 6, 7 years old. I had no idea about fasting. Nobody told me, but I stopped eating. I only was drinking water. And I found out that I was eating some kind of fruits. And years later, when I was studying about the benefits of fruits and vegetables, I found out, oh, I ate exactly the fruits that my body needed at the time. Yeah. So I was eating pineapples, strawberry, and grapes, for example, who really support the healing process in my body. Yes, I would say, it's actually it's the result of my daily habits that I'm still healthy. And on the other hand, when somebody's sick, it's the result or the result of many years of not eating properly, not working out, and stuff like that. It's not that you do something wrong and then the next day you feel it. It takes sometimes years or decades that you get a stroke or diabetes or whatever. But to answer your question, I'm actually sure. I from the early years, I took self-responsibility about my health and my mental health and my physical health, and that's why I'm still with almost 60. I become 60 in 2 months. I still feel good. I don't take any medication. I go twice a year to the dentist just to clean my teeth a little bit. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
It's incredible. Congratulations. I love that. And Roland, I'd love to have you address this. I know a number of people who they consider this to be supplementation. They're taking protein shakes. And so they either have plant-based or whey or soy, and then they're mixing a number of things in there. What are your thoughts about protein shakes as being part of supplementation?
Yeah, I take protein shakes. So before I answer this question, Dr. Shell, give me one point I want to really add, because I'm still healthy and still fit, and it's not the genes. It's not the genes, because my dad passed away, and my mom, she has totally dementia because she was absolutely sugar addicted. She did no sports, almost no sports, not moving, sitting around, and had sweets. Same to my dad, and both suffered of dementia. So it's not the genes, okay, guys. It's not the genes. That's what I want to add. Protein shakes. I always was a fan of protein shakes. The reason for that is because I love to take them as a pre-workout or post-workout. Because in earlier years, when I was really working many hours a day, I went out from a client from office or whatever, and I went to the gym or a swim or a tennis court or whatever. It wasn't fun to work out when you're hungry. That's one thing. You don't have any power. And the second thing is, if you eat something, then it's disturbing you in your stomach. It's also not fun. So I started in my very early to take 30 years old, so taking protein shakes. But I was very focused on getting as natural as I said, a natural product, a well-balanced product. This was important for me. For me, it was interesting to have a plant-based product. And I want to say, I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan. I was vegetarian for 4.5 years ago. I was vegan for 9 months years ago. I'm not a vegetarian, not a vegan anymore. But this doesn't mean that I enjoy a vegetarian meal. Like last weekend, I joined a Maori Haka workshop, and there was vegetarian meal, so it was okay. But I'm not vegetarian on the weekend. But I was looking for a plant-based product, and the reason for that is I'm not a huge fan of whey. How to say whey or whey? Whey. I guess whey. I'm not a huge fan. When you take it occasionally, it's okay. But when you take it on a daily basis, it's not really healthy because it causes inflammation. So it's okay when you take it once a week or something like that. That's quite sure. That's quite good. But when you take it on a daily basis, maybe 1 or 2, or maybe 2 shakes when you work out hard, then it's not a good for me. For me, it's not a good solution because I know that it's producing inflammation when you take too much of that. That's why I started, because I take it on a daily basis. That's why I was looking for a plant-based solution, and Juice Plus is also offering a plant-based solution. And to be honest, it tastes also very good. That's also important for me, that the taste is just amazing.
And I think we just want to clarify, because I know, as we were talking before, many people are addicted to sugar because of the taste. And even when they try to come off of it, there's that urge to have something sweet, as opposed to going to a piece of fruit. They're going to go to maybe something in a package with a zillion ingredients that no one even knows how did they even come up with these names. So when you're thinking about a protein shake and you really like the taste of it, it's natural. The ingredients are natural. You know what they are. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, I take Juice Plus, for example. So they have different tastes. They have chocolate, and it's real chocolate. So I love chocolate. I guess everyone loves chocolate. So it's a chocolate shake. And the other one is vanilla, and it's with real bourbon vanilla. So it smells, it smells like vanilla. It tastes like vanilla. I love it. We don't have any fruit flavors. The reason for it's difficult to really produce a good flavor without any artificial or even natural ingredients, like, I don't know, coloring or whatever. So we just offer this juice, and I don't know if it's in Europe available, but here in Europe we also have caramel, a little bit sweeter. I love the chocolate one, and I make with chocolate. What I do is sometimes I mix fruit in. I love chocolate with banana, for example. I love chocolate with apricot. I love apricot. Now it's here. I'm still in Austria. I'm heading to Norway, but I'm just leaving Austria at the moment. And here's apricot time. I love apricots. They're very healthy. They have a lot of beta carotene. I love the chocolate shake with apricot. I love the vanilla shake with different kind of berries. So actually, end of the month season is starting with berries, blueberries in the forest, raspberries, stuff like that. So I always mix when I have a fresh fruit. I always mix it with, taking a blender. I take it with oat milk. I don't know. I guess, I don't know. In Europe, you're not allowed to say oat milk. It's an oat drink, yeah, because I don't like soy or something like that. So it's an oat. I like an oat drink, oat milk, oat drink. I take the powder in, and then when fresh fruits are available, I put fresh fruits in. I love that. So I mix it a little bit, or with figs when I get fresh figs. Oh my God, the chocolate and fresh figs is just amazing. So I'm just mixing a little bit with fresh fruits. That's what I'm doing. And they're low in sugar, not very high in sugar, and they have a little bit of stevia. That is a natural sweetener. So stevia, it's no artificial stevia. It's non-GMO, non-GMO. So it's non-GMO. It's plant-based. Actually, when you don't mix it with cow milk, it's vegan if you're a vegan, and it's very, very tasty, and it's very, very balanced. So we know when you're taking a complete shake, the protein value of the protein is called 0.1, is the equal of the white of an egg. So it's the same protein quantity, not only quality, also quantity. So it's a really good post-workout or pre-workout shake, absolutely. But you can also take it in not also when you're going to the gym. Maybe you have kids, and I know most kids, Dr. JACALYN, especially in the US, but also here sometimes in Europe, they eat too sweet in the morning, cereal stuff with a lot of sugar in, or there's chocolate cream on it, so too much sugar, and then the body's producing insulin, so the sugar goes up, then the insulin drops the sugar down, the kids go to school, and then they feel tired, they're not focused and stuff like that, so the sugar is going up and down, the sugar levels are going up and down. So for me, complete is also a good alternative as a healthy breakfast, for not only for kids, for adults too. Or let's assume you work in an office and you don't have a nice buffet there. You don't have access to healthy food, because maybe there is nothing around. You don't have the time. The shake can also be a good alternative as a meal. Let's say as a meal replacement, a healthy meal replacement for lunch when you're in the office, for example. So there are many options.
Thanks, Roland. You just touched on a point that I wanted to cover today as well. I had a friend share with me the protein bars that they eat in their family. And I just looked at the package, and there were so many ingredients, and I never heard of them. They sounded like they had been made up in a lab or something. So the person's point was that when they're on the go, they just want to grab something so that they have a snack instead of their sugar level going up and down. So what are your thoughts about just grabbing any protein bar and supplementing with that during the day?
It's nothing bad about a protein bar in general, but the question is what kind of ingredients are in. That's the point. Well, I also take protein bars sometimes, because when I don't want to shake, I eat a protein bar, because Just Bus is also offering, actually, by the way, very delicious protein bar. The one is dark chocolate with fig. Wow, it's amazing. And the other one is with, I guess, in the US it's with green apple. Here in Europe it's with I don't know, some berries from Scandinavia. Anyway, protein bars are okay, but let's say, ladies and gentlemen, please always be aware about the ingredients. Really check the ingredients, and all sometimes they're very small written, but check the ingredients. What's really in them, and too many ingredients, stay away from it. Look for ingredients that as natural, totally natural. Look at the E numbers, scan it, and learn about the E numbers, so get familiar about what you try to avoid. That's one thing. And the other thing what you have to know is, when you read the ingredients, what's on number one, what's on the first, is always mean on the highest amount in percentage. So what's first is high, what's last is low. So always read the ingredients, get familiar with it. In general, not only with supplements, in general, when you buy processed food, whatever it is, I don't know, toast bread, I don't know, cereals, canned food, frozen food, whatever. Read the ingredients and get familiar with the E numbers. And I have them all on my smartphone, because sometimes, when very rare occasions that I buy something processed, was very, very rare, because I only eat very clean. But sometimes I do, and then I'm very familiar with all these E numbers, and I scan them, and when something in I don't want, I don't buy it, or I look for an alternative.
Roland, thank you for that. I wanted to also mention, I've heard from people over time during interviews and whatnot that they are not opposed to supplementation, and they're not opposed to having a healthy lifestyle, but they don't have the budget to do it. So they can't buy organic. They buy packaged foods, maybe in the freezer, because $2.99 you can pick up a frozen dinner, and that's all they really can afford. Or they'll eat fast food because it's fresh and they can afford less than $10 for whatever the sandwich is. So what about people in that situation? I mean, I think it's about making a choice, maybe cutting back somewhere else.
Well, to be honest, I'm in the nutrition industry since 30 years, and I did a lot of lectures all over in Europe. And I had many, many talks to different people in different areas, different demographics, different status, different incomes, and so on. To be honest, of course, sometimes it's a money issue, but most of the time it's an education issue. But I see that people with less money are less educated, and they just buy something. But when you educate them, when you explain to them, and when you explain them exactly, okay, buy this and this and this, and avoid this and this and this, at the end of the day, you're not spending more money. If you don't buy any sodas, chocolate chips, or whatever, and only focus on the healthy one, you're not really spending more money, to be honest, because you're not buying all the other I want to say crap, but you know what I mean. So it's a question of preferences. It's a question of preferences, to be honest. And I don't know how it's in Europe, but here in Europe, organic food is not really expensive. It's expensive when you go to the supermarket. That's correct. But I buy directly at local farms. I give an example. I'm a meat eater, and I only buy organic meat, grass-fed beef. And I know normally it's really expensive here in Europe. So when we talk about a ribeye steak, organic, Black Angus, grass-fed, here in Austria, for example, it's the kilo. It's about 2 pounds. Is about $60, $60 to $70 when you go to the supermarket or buy organic. I buy the best quality here. A friend of mine, he has a huge herd of Black Angus, grass-fed. He shoots them on the farm, so they have no stress with slaughterhouse anything. And I pay less than $30 for 2 pounds. So it's what I do. I buy at local farms. I'm googling local organic farms. I go on local farm markets. As I said, I'm just on the way to Norway. So when I cross Germany and Denmark on the way, I always Google where's a local farmer market, especially on the weekends or during the week. Where's a local farmer? It's a little bit of research, yeah. But for me, it's important. The point is, I take care of my body, so I spend more time on Googling, to be honest, local farms on my trips than Google where is the next ice cream store or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's a question of preferences. I know that you can get good organic quality for a reasonable price when you look for it. So to answer your question, yeah, it's a money issue. I know this. But you have to Google and find solutions. It's always about when the why is strong enough, you're gonna find a solution, a how and a what. That's my opinion.
Very true. And if you think about it, you will be saving money from buying medications or doctor's visits and paying copay fees, at least here in the States. And it's all about the choice that you make and how you're going to spend that money.
That's a very important argument you brought up, Dr. JACALYN. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the money you try to save with your food, maybe you spend later on treatments, on pharmaceuticals, whatever. Or I don't know, when you're an entrepreneur, I don't know it's in the US, but when you don't work in Austria as an entrepreneur, you don't get paid. So you lose money. When you're a freelancer, maybe you're whatever you're doing, you don't get, when you stay sick at home, you don't get paid. So you're losing money. So I always say I'm willing to spend money right now for the good things, and I enjoy them on a good quality, instead of spending money for things I don't want, like going to surgery, buying pharmaceuticals, or losing money because I can't work. It's a question of preferences.
It sure is. And I've really enjoyed this episode with you as we're coming to the end of this show. It's Your Healthy Lifestyle. Roland, what would you like to leave our audience with today about It's in Your Hands, the power of supplementation?
I get the first question I always ask is, are you really interested in your and your beloved ones, when you're responsible for kids or whatever? Are you really interested in a healthy lifestyle? Do you really want to be healthy and fit? Your family, your beloved, and your kids. First one, do you really want this? And secondly, If you say yes, then take some time and say, what are you eating on a daily basis, on a week? What are you doing on a daily basis? What are you eating, working out? What are you really doing? When you say so, it's important for you. What are you really doing? And then make your choice. Make your choices. And I can always tell you, I mean, we have hundreds, maybe thousands of different illnesses. There's one health. And I know that no matter what you're doing, it's your job, your profession, your hobby, your family, if you're not fit and healthy, it's not fun. So make your choice.
Roland, thank you. They were great words, powerful. Can you share with our audience, how can people reach you and who would you like to contact you?
Yeah, the first thing, how you can reach me, the best way is, because I'm always traveling on the road, is send me an email. It's office at my name, rolandfriedl.com. I will spell it for you guys. It's ROLANDFRIEDL.com. Office at rolandfriedl.com. That's the easiest way to contact me on the first step. And if you want to discuss something, we can do a Zoom call or WhatsApp call or whatever. Who can contact me? I mean, you don't have to have an issue or a challenge or a problem to contact me. So when you want to connect or share something, you're more than welcome. It's all about caring and sharing and building up a huge community that not only once, but that is driven to make this planet a better place for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Roland. We're going to be coming right back with the Mallorca connection. Do you want to give a little insight as to what we're going to be discussing today?
Yeah, it's a good topic. It was a game changer for me many years ago. We're talking about the happiness circle, how to be a happy life. We're not talking about the performance circle, how to perform better as a machine in the job. It's about how to be more happy in your life as a whole human being. So stay tuned. We continue soon. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'll see you shortly, Roland. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Well, thank you, everyone. Before we go, I just want to announce we are on a mission. In case you're not aware, our goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers on our YouTube channels. We actually have 2 channels. And here's the latest update for our first channel, which is USA Global TV and Radio. We, as of today, are at 38,322 subscribers, on our way to 100,000. We've added 435 subscribers in the last 28 days. Thank you, thank you, thank you for those of you out there who are making this happen. You can go over to our YouTube channel, USA Global TV, and you can subscribe. We also have a VIP exclusive community where you can get the first opportunity to view videos, photographs, and insights about the British royal family. So go ahead over to USA Global TV and Radio on our YouTube channel and subscribe for our members only option. All right, we'll be back momentarily with the Mallorca connection and Mr. Roland Friedl. Bye for now.